what are the lessons, what are the challenges, especially for opposition parties? Like, by-elections may not attract as much attention as general elections, but they remain very crucial to checking the pulse of our political system. The by-elections show us where we are, if we're making progress or if we're still struggling as a nation. So tonight, we will be highlighting what are the challenges that we had, what are the prospects for the future as regards the country. Remember that there is a big election that is coming up in 2027, and that's the general election. So a lot of political parties are geared towards making sure that they have a resounding fig in the general election. We are winning the presidency, governorship. There will be lots of seats in the Senate, House of Representatives, and all of these political parties want to win in 2027. But here's the deal. The by-election serves as a barometer to actually test the waters. Are they ready to contest with the ruling party, which we see now having more than 70 senators in the Senate? A lot of people are decamping from the PDP, from the Labour Party to the APC. Although there are also suggestions that with the ADC now in place, an alternative party, the opposition may be able to pull the kind of weight they pulled in 2015, winning the presidential election. So tonight on the show, we are going to be highlighting all of these issues. Let's go for a short break, and when we're back, I'll be introducing my guest in the studio that will help us with this analysis. One of the lessons that people have talked about is the role of technology in our elections. Before now, in 1993, we queued up with the option A4 paper, where people took the papers, went to vote, and counting was done. And there's been a lot of complaints about voting, ballot snatching. We've seen it. People have complained about going to voting booths and see people come, maybe sometimes at gunpoint. The allegations on social media and everywhere about how people are intimidated and ballot boxes are snatched from people. So a lot of confusion as regards how we can have a credible electoral system. And with the introduction of technology, there's been a lot of conversation around the role of technology in an election and how technology has helped to make election better, especially with the BVAS machine. And there's also been a discussion about electronic transmission of election results on the spot. These are some of the things that have actually been discussed. Before I go ahead to have discussion, we are sitting in the guest, Honorable Bashir Usman, who is actually an aspirant for the ADC, Action Democratic Congress National Youth Leader. A very good evening to you, Honorable Usman.
Thank you. Good evening. Can we?
Yeah, this is very unofficial, but you're welcome. All right, so we have Honorable Usman that will be helping us as we talk about your party, the role of opposition, how your party fared, because there are conversations that your party didn't do well in the by-election. These are all conversations that we'll be having. But let's go check our perspective. If we have some of the political stories that we're able to bring to you tonight before we get to talk to our guests in the studio. Alright, so every day on the show when I come, I bring what I call perspective about some political issues that are trending on social media as I try to give you a sense of what Nigerians are thinking. Let's check the first story we have for you tonight. The story says ex-Mali Prime Minister charged with embezzlement and imprisoned. Mali's civilian former Prime Minister Trudeau Kogola Maiga has been dismissed in November after he criticized the junta. Was charged Tuesday, that's today, with embezzlement of public funds and remanded in custody following a hearing by the country's Supreme Court. Alright, so let's see some reactions. Franklin Chukwuemeka says, when will it reach Nigeria? Oh, that's a good question. Tajudeen Adewumi says, can this happen in Nigeria? So that's the first story we're bringing to you tonight. Let's check another story for you. This story says, Chidi Amabo, the candidate of the African Democratic Congress in Anambra South Senatorial District, says the August 16 by-election in the state violated electoral rules and guidelines. Reactions. Ife Charles said, do you expect to win with ADC in Anambra? ADC that hasn't gotten a stable standing on 4 legs. That's according to Ife Charles. Another reaction tonight. Onyetunde James says, yes, their rigging plans were sabotaged by security agents, accusing the ADC of rigging plans. Alright, let's take the last story for you tonight. Okay, so these are the stories we're able to take for you at this moment. All right, let's get back to I would like that we start with some of the stories that we've seen. Your party, the ADC, let me ask, African Democratic Congress, party that wasn't really known until the coalition decided to choose the party as a vehicle. Did your party do well in the just concluded by-elections?
Well, this is in 2 months we fixed the party. We came on board. There is the party, the African Democratic Congress. The Atiku, Peter Obi, they unveiled the party in 2 months. So the party is now working on how to win the election.
All right, go ahead.
The party wants to win the election.
Okay, so let's go for it. Apologies for that interruption. We had some technical issues, and you know these things, how technology can be at times. But Honorable Pasha, I'm staying with you, an aspirant of the ADC for National Youth Leader. Did the ADC, I wanted to say APC, because you know we have similarities, maybe because some members of the ADC were in the APC, but we'll talk about that later. Did the ADC do well in the just concluded by-elections?
Well, we did not do well, because the party is now on making Nigerians to understand that we want to take the country, and we want to take the country in a good shape. So the reason why we didn't do well, because we are trying our best to fix things so that many people to come to the party and to make Nigerians to know that our party is a good one and is going to take this country to a good level. So that is what we are trying to do. And the APC, if you can remember, in 2014, when PDP were in power, they won all the by-election. But at the end of the day, 2015, they lost the presidential election. So you can see what happened in 2015 is going to happen in 2027 by the grace of God.
All right, so I'd like to ask the question, why the ADC? Why are you a member of the ADC at this time?
The reason why I'm in ADC, because of the people that I see in ADC.
Who are the people? I'd like to interrogate that. A lot of people in the ADC, people have questioned their character. We saw a former governor of Kaduna State. There was a security report by the Senate that said he could not be minister. He's a member of the ADC. So if you are saying you are in the ADC because of the people, let me understand the character of the people in the ADC.
Well, Malam Nasir El-Rufai is my former governor, and everyone knows who is Malam Nasir. When Malam Nasir was in the APC, he really performed well. But now, it's not in the APC because he saw what is happening in the APC are not right. He supported Ahmed Bola Tinubu because he see Ahmed Bola Tinubu is going to do good things. But at the end of the day, what they did, that is why Malam Nasir left APC, because what they did is not right. And what happened in the Senate, you and I know that Malam Nasir was screened when he was a former minister. The Senate screened him. But at the end of the day, the Senate now turned against him because they know that if he's into Tinubu government, it's going to do well. So that's what happened. It's all about politics. If you could remember when Ahmed Bola Tinubu came to Kaduna during his campaign, he asked Malam Nasir El-Rufai not to retire. I witnessed it. I saw it in TV live, because Malam Nasir was planning to leave the country, but at the end of the day, Tinubu asked him. So they betrayed Malam Nasir by telling him that they want to give him minister. All you and I know that Malam Nasir is good politician, which we were happy to see him in ADC. So we are happy. We have Malam Nasir, we have Atiku Abubakar, we have Peter Obi, we have Arebe Shola, we have our interim chairman, Senator David Mark, who have a good record in the Senate. So we are happy we have all these gentlemen into our party. That is why I'm into ATC. As a young man, I discovered that they are going to give us 40% youth. So that is why I want youth to come into our
party. All right, so we're not marketing your party, right? But let's talk about, like you mentioned, the people in your party, the people in the ADC, and how you have, loved them and looked at them. We are not doing an assessment, but there are public records about some of those people, like the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, in a book published by his boss, a public document that can be accessed by anybody at any time. It's in the public domain. A former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, wrote some things about Atiku, and he has not challenged those things in the courts, right? That's a member of the ADC at this point. Arebe Shola, there are issues about not paying salaries, full salaries in Osun State, and issues, many other issues. So people want to raise this issue. Did they leave the APC or leave the PDP, as it were, because those parties were not performing, or is it because of their personal interest?
It's not all about their personal interest. Everybody knows that Nigeria, people are hungry and people are not happy with this government. So they decided to come and to join a coalition. When we are talking about coalition, we are talking about different individuals with ideology. They want to come and to fix the country. That is the reason why they joined ADC and to unveil ADC last 2 months to make Nigerians to know that this is the political party that is going to take them to the next level.
So there are questions about that. These people had their time in power. Malam Nasir El-Rufai was DG of BPE, yeah, Bureau for Public Enterprise. He was governor. He was former minister. Did you not have enough time to have fixed Nigeria at that level? Atiku Abubakar, a former vice president, Arebe Shola, a former governor, David Mark, longest serving Senate president in the history of Nigeria. Was that not enough time to fix Nigeria?
Well, they have tried their best. You know, Nigeria, they have tried their best, and now they want to come and continue with what they started. You understand? So they want to take this country to the next level. That is the reason why they are calling us, the young men, to come and join with them so that we can fix this country and take this country to the next level. So Malam Nasir have really tried when he was the former minister. If you could remember, FCT is one of the best minister in Federal Republic of Nigeria, which I know that Malam Nasir is one of the best minister. Atiku Abubakar is one of the best vice president, which I'm not. You can go and check the record and everything. You will see that by yourself. And even the country knows that Atiku Abubakar, he is one of the toughest candidates that is going to give APC a tough fight.
All right, so there are discussions about the fact that the APC seems to be, and how ADC rather seems to be a family that will be imploded from inside because of the heavyweights that you have in the party, and you may not have people who are ready to step down for another person. Have you thought about that? The influx of people coming in, who are those that will be calling the shots in the party? Because we saw people who may want to always be the ones calling the shots, and sometimes if they are not given the opportunity to call the shots, they may walk out of the party.
Well, ADC is going to be an example to whole Nigeria. We are going to have a free and fair primaries, which I've been hearing what the interim chairman, national chairman, has been saying, that it is going to be open. Anyone that did not win the primaries election is going to support that candidate.
Right.
I've been hearing what Rotimi Amechi has been saying.
You mentioned Rotimi Amechi. Let's go for a short break. When we're back, I'll hold you on that. Former Minister of Transportation, 8 years as minister, 8 years as governor. There are questions about how he ran River State and how he ran the Ministry of Transportation. Let's go for this break as you have Usman Bashir, the aspirant for ADC national leader, with us in the studio. After this break, more questions for Usman. Okay, if you're just joining us, this is Big Talk on Global Television, a program where we explore and highlight political issues in Nigeria and how to take this country forward. Like I say every day, Nigeria must move forward. Tonight, joining us is Honorable Bashir Usman, aspirant for the ADC National Youth Leader, joining us in our studio in Abuja to help make sense of the discussion around the by-elections, lessons and challenges. Before we went on that break, you mentioned a name, a former Minister of Transportation who contested in the APC primaries to be the APC candidate at the time. He was an aspirant contesting to be a candidate, and our current president Bola Ahmed Tinubu won that primaries. We saw it, and we saw him now criticizing the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and criticizing a lot of policies of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, we also have in your party a former governor of Sokoto State, a former chieftain of the PDP, a chieftain of the PDP because he's not resigned, he's still a member of the PDP, Aminu Tambuwal, who has allegations of corrupt practices. And when you say that the character of people in the ADC is good, we want to ask questions. These are facts before the Nigerian people. People have questions about the tenure of former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, how he behaved and how he led the country as Minister of Transportation and even as governor. And the former governor of Sokoto State, there are also questions. Can you talk to us about the character of people? Do you have an evaluation system in the ADC to make sure that you have people who are credible coming to your party?
Well, Rotimi Amechi is one of the best ministers, which you and I know when he was the Minister of Transport.
One of the best ministers.
Yeah. When he was the Minister of Transport, you can see what he did as a minister. All the railways were working. He's one of the best ministers, which even President Muhammad Buhari recommended on that, and he's one of the DG campaign. You know, to be a DG campaign of president, you know, it's not an easy task. Definitely, they must check your record. That is the reason why they give you that. So, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal is in PDP, but it's part of the coalition. But at the end of the day, the EFCC, the security and agency, now started attacking our people.
Attacking your people?
Yes, because if you could remember, Oshemole said, if you want your sin to be forgiven, join us.
Those are statements, even if it was to be fact, assuming without conceding, as lawyers would say, even if it was to be fact, those are not statements that were made now. And we have Yahaya Bello, a governor, a governor of the APC that was being seen, you know, EFCC went after him too.
So, but now, how many governors, ex-governors that are in APC, EFCC, they are.
No, but I just gave you an example.
Yes, I'm just talking about that. But at the end of the day, now many of them, their sin is forgiven. While they are now government, they are attacking the opposition because they see those men, they are ready to, you know, make Nigeria to work.
So should the question be that government is attacking, or should the question be if Waziri truly the allegations are true? Shouldn't you be concerned if the allegations are true or not?
Well, they'll go to they have to investigate him. But if they find out that there is nothing, at the end of the day, he's going to be clear. And he's going to continue with all what he's planning, and we are supporting him because we know it's not, he have the right to go to the court and challenge the FCC, which I know is going to do that. It's going to do that.
So I'm still staying on the conversation. So you are saying, do you have a value system, a system to evaluate people that comes into your party, the ADC?
Well, they have checked that APC are not doing well. That is the reason why we decided to come to form a coalition, and which I'm happy they give us all the support. That is the youth. That is the reason why I'm happy. In the past 1 year, government are not doing well, but now when ADC come on board, they have started giving out position to the young men. You can see what happened in Kano. Tinubu gave a young man in Kano a position, which is to show you that ADC come in board, ADC make the country, make the ruling party to stand up and start working.
So the question I'm asking is that your party, the ADC, do you have a system to vet people that come into your party, like an admission system? What is the system? What does it take to be a member of your party that makes you think that there will be difference from whatever they were in the APC or the PDP?
Well, we are going to give everyone a playground. If you go to APC, they will not give you that. But ADC decided to give all, if you are a member, you have the right to come and contest, you have the right to come and advise the party, you have the right to come and, give on your own contribution, which with the ruling party, they are not ready to accept that. They don't want to give room to the masses. But we want to allow the masses and the poor Nigerians to come into our party, so that we don't care who you are, no matter how small you are, the party is ready. If I'm elected as a national youth leader, I'm going to listen to all Nigerians, and most especially the young ones.
No, the question I'm asking is that for you, because we are talking about redeeming Nigeria, and you've mentioned that in your statement that the APC is not doing well, and we saw the APC at the time. I'm not saying the APC is not doing well. That's not my word. We saw the APC at the time, right, saying that the PDP was not doing well, and now we have the ADC saying the APC is not doing well. What assurance do we have that tomorrow we'll not have another party come out to say the ADC is not doing well? So how are you vetting people who are coming into your party? What is the admission system? How do you get to know that these are the right people to get to come into your party? That's the question.
The possible ways forward is internal dialogue, by talking to all the stakeholders, and everyone have his own record. You have your weakness and your strength. So definitely we are going to check on that. If we see your strength and weak, then we'll know the kind of person you are. So definitely we are going to give Nigerians the best candidate, the one that they are going to, not a weak candidate, a candidate that the cabals that will be controlling. This time around, we are going to, make sure. That is why we want to have a good structure in the congresses, starting from the ward level, to the local government level, to the state level, up to the national level. So that is why we are planning for that. And inshallah, by the grace of God, we are not going to disappoint Nigerians.
Yeah, there are discussions about the fact that the ADC is formed by politicians who don't like Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his policies, and it's not because they really have anything to offer. There's that discussion about it. Is it because some people have even said that it seems the North may not want a sound president to finish 8 terms, and they want to cut him short. Let's talk to you about that politics, because it's a politics that people are talking about. What is the interest, apart from you've said the president is not doing well and all of this, and we've seen people that if they were, maybe by adventure, if they were in the government, like Nasir El-Rufai, as you refer to him, if he was a minister, will he be saying that this government is not doing well? That's not a question. It just you could maybe want to refer to that. But the question now is, your party now, the ADC, what are you doing different away from the other political parties? What are you doing different? How are you sending your messages different to the people at the grassroots to support? Because we saw the Labour Party at the point complaints about not having the structure. How are you building the structures of your party?
Well, if you can see, we started with the interim National Working Committee. They are going to work on the national convention that is coming in the next coming months. So that is why the party give David Mark to become the interim national chairman, because of his experience, and the secretary of the interim national party, Arebe Shola, which is in the party, is a former governor. And if you can remember, the spokesman, Bolaji Abdullahi, he was a former spokesman of APC and is the interim spokesman of ADC. So this gentleman that the party decided to give the party, let them put on a good structure, it's a good one, and we are going further. We are going further.
All right, so let's talk about the by-elections now. Let's still stay on the by-elections. Your party, a lot of people expected that your party, when the waves that came, right, that the party will be able to win more seats. Maybe we wanted to see, expecting them to win seats in Kano, win seats in Anambra, and all of that. Let's talk about your party being somewhat of a regional party. Is there a national party? Do you have a national spread of the party in the south? Do you have the spread in the south? Is it maybe just in the midwestern region? Do you have a national spread in the ADC?
Well, we have, because if you can check all over Nigeria accepts us.
Accept the ADC.
Accept ADC.
You've done a census to that.
Yes, if you can see, all over they are talking about ADC right now. All over the country, all over the state, they are talking about ADC. But the issue is that if I told you that 2014 PDP was in power, they won all the by-election. But the general election, they could not perform well. APC now.
But the by-election seems to be a tester.
Yes, it's a tester, but if you can see, it's a vote buying occur.
Those are strong allegations on national TV.
It's not an allegation. It's not an allegation. But if you go and ask what happened, you will find out that vote buying was happening in the polling unit.
So that's why the other APC won in places they won.
Yes.
So what of the places NNPP won? They also bought votes.
NNPP, if you can see, APC was they said they did not agree with what happened in Kano. They said it did not happen. They did not agree what happened in Kano. So now we are trying to, come up, which I know we are going to, unite, and we are going to give them a big fight, 2027.
Is it a personal fight, or is it the interest of the nation?
Interest of the nation.
Are you sure?
We are fighting for the.
All right, so let's go for this break, and when we're back, we'll still talk about the by-elections. I'd like to ask you about the place of technology. People have talked about electronic transmission of votes and your views concerning those other subjects. Let's go for this break. welcome back. This is still Big Talk, a program where we highlight political issues in Nigeria. My name is Ubong Osoro. Tonight on the show, we have joining us Honorable Bashir Usman. Is actually an aspirant of the ADC for the position of the National Youth Leader of the Action Democratic Congress, a party that was chosen as a vehicle by the coalition, a movement being led by people like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, former governor Arabia Shola, we have Rotimi Amechi, David Mark, and a whole lot of other persons who are leading the party. And we're talking about the by-elections, how is party performed, and what some of the things that are going on. All right, so two questions there. One, we talked about the fact that the by-elections, there were some form of gratification by money, and that's why people, some parties won in the places they won.
Yes.
How are you not thinking that will happen in 2027? Don't you think there are people that will still come to give money in 2027? That's question number one. And number two, that talks about electronic upload of election, immediate transmission of election. We should have a portal where elections are seen as it is done immediately. So before we're even done, we know who are the winners. I like that you talk to that as a young person too.
Well, for the you are talking about the money issue, which I think the next 2027 election we are going to educate the rural from rural area to urban area to make them understand, to know the implication of collecting their money and what is going to cost after collecting their money when they choose a candidate. So mostly in the northern parts, we have to educate our people, and even in the south, but mostly in the northern part, that is where you will give them small money and they will vote you. But now we are working on that. We are going to see when I'm elected as a national leader, I have a lot of things that I'm going to tell the party. We are going to work on that. We have enough time to educate people. People will understand. And for the electoral, what is happening in the we are going to try and make INEC, let them not be unbiased. You understand? Let them not be unbiased. Let them be independent, because that is why they used to call them independent. Let them be independent. Give the candidate that won the election. From the polling unit, we have to educate our people. Let them sit down in their polling unit. Make sure that the result is transmitted to the INEC portal, so that from there, if we have any problem, if you allow someone to take a result by the road without not sending it, that's when they used to change the result. So we need to educate our agent too. Let them make sure the result has been transmitted to the INEC portal. All right, so that talks about people who are supporters of the ADC, but they are not primarily members of the ADC. Are you bothered about the fact that some politicians, like I mentioned, Aminu Tambuwal is still a member of the PDP? Peter Obi, at the last check, Dati Babak met at Labour Party, Abures Faction Convention, said Peter Obi is still a member of the Labour Party. So who are the members of the ADC? Most of these people who you are even talking about are not even card-carrying members of the ADC.
Well, yeah, if you can remember when APC was formed, CPC, NNPP, and ACN. So at the end of the day, they register. So now they are working on that. Very soon, you will see they will start resigning from their various party and come back to ADC, because that is the party they adopted. If you want to join the primaries, you must be an ADC member, a career member. That is when you, and definitely they have that. They are planning on that. So you and I will know that in the next coming month, you will see more members coming. And mark my words, by next year, you will see more people joining ADC from the APC. Very soon you will see them.
All right, so I've heard those talks. I don't know how it works for politicians, where you can be in the ADC in the morning and be in the SDP in the afternoon. Maybe you help it makes sense to me. But that's not my question now. My question now is, who is funding the ADC? And as a national, somebody who wants to be a national youth leader of the party, have you thought about funding? Who is funding you and who is funding the ADC?
Well, our members, we can start with voters, with the membership due. With that one, if we can be able to register like 40 million Nigerians into our party, you know that money is going to take us to the long way. For example, let us say the membership card is 1,000 or 500. If you multiply it times 40 million or 30 million, you know, it's a big money. It's going to take the party ahead. So through our members, I think we are going to...
So for yourself, wanting to be national youth leader, how's the funds coming?
Well, you know, we are going to organize a fundraising. Let's say during the campaign, it's allowed to, you know, call for fundraising within ourselves, and with that we are going a long way, and we are going to, you know, move forward.
All right, so let's voter awareness is another thing, because there are insinuations that some people may not even know your party, the ADC, and they may be mistaken while voting. Let's talk about how you are campaigning and how you are pushing the message to those in the rural communities to understand what the ADC stands for.
Well, you know, it's very easy to identify our logo or in the ballot paper. It's an handshake. When handshake, everybody, you know, used to, it's a daily basis, normal thing that you do, you and I. So with that one, it's very easy to tell the people in the rural areas, this is how they can identify our...
All right, so let's still stay with you. As a young Nigerian, are you not bothered about the fact that our politicians keep moving from one political party to the other? Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was in the SDP in 1993 at the time. In 1999, he was a member of the PDP till about getting to 2005, 2006. He left to ACN. He's been to the PDP again. He's been with the APC. Are you not bothered that he's now maybe moving into the ADC? Are you not bothered that we don't have politicians that can stay in one political party and form political ideologies and keep true to it? And even as a young person, are you not bothered that you were in the PDP and you've also moved into the ADC?
Well, as a
Go ahead. Talk.
as that we are talking right now, if Atiku Abubakar is going back to APC will be happy. So we are happy to have such kind person with...
No, you're not understanding my question. I will talk about how happy you are to have Atiku Abubakar. And former party is a big plus to any political party. But I'm asking, are you not bothered that he has moved from one political party to the other, and you have moved from PDP at a point to the ADC? Are you not bothered that we don't have politicians that can stay in one political? And what is the assurance that there will not be movement from the ADC tomorrow?
No, they will not, because Atiku Abubakar has been trying to, you know, get the ticket. You know, if you have a good intention as a good Nigerian, when you discover a party will not give you a ticket, you discover that they are going to... You see what happened? Now we know what is happening in PDP, the internal crisis. The problem of PDP, who are causing the problem of PDP, you and I know who are the causes.
I don't know, you may want to give us names.
Yes, I would like to give you a name. We know Wike is one of them.
Are you saying Nyesom Wike is a problem of the PDP?
It's in APC and it's in PDP.
But it's not. I don't have, at least to the best of my knowledge, I don't have any information that is a member of the PDP or the APC. I know that he's a serving minister in an APC government, but he's a member of the PDP. That's the last information I have.
That's the last information. But any party, they are supposed to suspend him, because is working for APC, but is in PDP as a carry member. But what is happening in the PDP is because they know what he's doing, they are supposed to suspend him. You cannot be a member of a political party and be working for another political party. It's not right. It's not right.
But we have people working for the ADC at this moment that are not members of the ADC.
Who started it before? Who started it? Wiki is the one that started it. That's why Aminu Waziri Tambu said it's going to be in PDP and it's going to support the coalition.
But you said it's not right. So if Nyesom Wike did something that was not right, other politicians should copy it.
Who started it? Who teach them?
All right. So, but I'm asking you the question. Let's stay on the question now. Are you not bothered as a young Nigerian that politicians cannot stay in one party in Nigeria for a long time? That's the question I'm asking.
As a young Nigerian, if I discover that PDP will not give me a level ground to play, see what is happening in the internal crisis. How can I stay in the party that they have problem, issues every day, day by day? So I rather go to a political party that I will, try and do what I want to do for my young people. I feel bad what I see. So many things.
Sorry. I'm not cutting you. I thought you wanted to say you feel bad that you've moved to the ADC.
I'm happy because ADC is united, while PDP is divided.
But the PDP at a point was united
before, but now they are divided.
So that's what I'm asking. What is the assurance that the ADC will not be divided tomorrow?
We are going to unite. We have already united. When you can see a PDP member, SDP member, PDP member, and APC member join us, you know that we are united. We are the only political party that will have different people for other political parties.
And that's not anti-party, but you are pointing to Nyesom Wike and saying he's a member, and he has not even joined APC meetings, so we've not seen him join APC meetings.
Yes, but the issue is that you and I, that what he's doing is not right.
I don't know.
It's not right because how can you be in PDP and working for APC? You understand? So the issue is that I feel bad when I see what is happening in our political system. I feel bad. We want to correct it.
No, you feel bad that you moved from the PDP to the ADC?
I didn't feel bad. I feel happy. We want to change. If we can be able to, Nigerians vote for us, we are going to change everything. The system is not.
You've not answered the question, but I'll allow it go. Honorable Bashir Osman, as one for ADC National Youth Leader, because I asked you a question which was, as a former member of the PDP, do you think it's good that young people are moving from one political party to the other? But you've dodged that question. Let's take what I want to ask you about the issue of structures. How are you building the structures that we talk about? Because most times we hear political parties talk about we have the structures. How are you building structures in the ADC at the moment?
Well, as you can see the interim, the national party, the chairman, and the secretary. As you can see, we are forming a good structure, and we are going to have a good Congress very soon.
So you have members in my village, in my ward?
Yes, we have, and definitely you will see ADC will come with a good Congress and a good structure that we are going to win the election.
All right, so they talk about policies. What are policies that the ADC will be bringing that this government will not be bringing? Because all the major political opponents of this government at the time, Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and every other, talked about removal of subsidy. And those are policies that this government are taking. It's the same policies that the ADC members are criticizing at this time. You think it's fair?
Yes, because we are working on that. We are working on that.
But these are the same policies you have implemented.
Yes, we are going to have our own policies. We are going to have a good policy, and we are going to bring them so that Nigerians will see.
Do you mind sharing some of those policies with us?
Well, for now, I don't. Next time, when I come over, I'm going to, share those policies.
Thank you so much, Honorable Bashir Osman, aspirant of the ADC, Action Democratic Congress for National Youth Leader. I wish you all of the best, and I do hope that your party and the things they are saying, they will be different from what other political parties are saying. By the way, the other political parties are saying that they are also doing well. So I wish you all of the best, and in your endeavors. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation and coming to our studios.
Thank you so much.
Right. No, we'll keep the handshake for now because it has a political connotation from your party. And that's the size of our program for you tonight. Like we say, we stay unbiased, we stay transparent, and we stay accountable to bring you all of the best information. Do have for yourself a wonderful night rest. Thank you. My name is Ubongo Sora, saying bye for now.